Hello and welcome back to my channel. At the request of one of my Instagram followers, I am taking the Passion in Paris palette and recreating a look that I'd shared a while ago. They liked the look and they wanted to see a tutorial for it, so I figured no problem at all. This is going to be a little bit similar to my last Passion in Paris look, but a lot lighter tone, so it should be more pinky purple and less of the blue shimmers. And if you'd like to see what I do, then stick around. If you haven't been here before, hello, my name is Rachel. I'm just a stay-at-home mom who loves to play with colorful eyeshadow. So if you would like to see tutorials and other content like that on your timeline, then please like and subscribe. Comment below if you like what you see. Let me know if you actually follow any of my tutorials and tag me on social media. You can find me at Shimmers and Silver. Now let's get into that tutorial. I'm starting as I usually do by taking an eye primer. This is the NYX primer in white. And I'm going to place that all over my lids, up to my brow bone, and underneath my eyes. I actually really like it when somebody on Instagram requests a look that I haven't done a tutorial for, because honestly it's kind of validating. Let's be real here. But it's also really fun because sometimes I do a look and I don't think too much about the steps. I just kind of go for my gut, and sometimes I'm in a hurry because I'm trying to get it done like before my baby wakes up from her nap, or so that I can, just move on with my day. I have things to do. And so when somebody says, hey, I love this look, how did you do it? I have to sit and think, and it's a little bit of a challenge to say, okay, well, let me look at the palette, let me look at the picture and see, oh, I used this color here, and then I did this, and oh, that's right. And then it's also fun for me to recreate it and see how close I can get to the original. With the last look that I recreated based off of a request, I think I was spot on, actually. And so I'm hoping to have the same result with this look, so we'll see. Okay, I'm taking a fluffy blending brush and going into Notre Dame. This is almost my skin tone, but just slightly darker. And I don't remember if it has a different tone on the eyes, so I'm gonna place this in the crease. Yeah, I'm placing it in my crease, and I'm just gonna blend it softly up towards the brow bone. It's really just acting as a transitional shade. Okay, now these two steps are very similar to the first look using this palette. First, I'm going into with a slightly smaller blending brush. It's a little smaller, it's a little denser. I'm going into Pompadour. I don't want this look to be very red. I want it to be more pink leaning, so I went in very lightly into that shade, tap off my brush, and I'm starting it right here. In the outer corner, just tapping it into place, blending out to my V or my cat eye shape, and then softly blending. I'm not going to bring this all the way into my inner corner. I'm just going to keep it on this outer half. Then when most of the product is off the brush, I'm going to color switch it and just blend out up here. I'm starting to change my technique a little bit. I used to put a crease transition color in and just blend it right up to the brow. Not really dark up to the brow, but still I would go all the way up to the eyebrow. And now I'm starting to like it better, keeping it a little bit lower so that I still have that line of my natural, well, primer, but almost natural skin tone up here. So what I do is I start it in the crease and I just don't blend up as high. Color switching again because I don't want to be adding product. I'm just softening there. I've been doing eyeshadow for almost a year. I'm at like 10 months. And so it's interesting to see the things that I've learned along the way and techniques that have gotten better. Like at this point, I'm comfortable-ish doing winged eyeliner, whereas before I know it was really terrible. Now it's not as terrible. And just really just little techniques, like how far I blend something or where I place it, the actual corner versus slightly higher than the corner. I was thinking I may do a video at like my 1-year eyeshadow anniversary and kind of reflect back on some of the things that I've learned along the way. Because I just think I love progress, like videos, progress pictures, to see where you started and where you are now. Just to see how people have grown it's so much fun, and it's inspiring and it's encouraging because you figure, well, I can do that too if I just put the time in and practice and learn things and experiment. It's fun. And that's obviously not just eyeshadow, that's in everything. I mean, I love to see progress pictures for people's fitness journeys, people's weight loss journeys, people's musical instrument journeys, language journeys, anything at all. It's just somebody putting the time and the effort in is inspiring to those of us who are interested in doing the same. Now I'm taking a small blending brush and I'm dipping into Grand Palais here. This is going to deepen my outer corner, but I'm not going in crazy heavy. I just want to add a little bit of depth. So I'm placing that in a diagonal down to my upper lash line and then up in the crease a little bit. This is the darkest this eye looks going to go. On my last shadow tutorial for this palette, I did basically this step, except I added more of the red. It was just darker altogether. And then after this step, I put in the black. But I'm not doing black today. We're not going to go that deep, because the shimmers that we're using are a much lighter tone. So I've placed that color down. I'm taking my blending brush from before and just sort of tapping right where those two colors meet to help merge them together. Easy. I'm taking a flat C brush. I'm dipping into Arc de Triomphe. This is the light shimmery lavender color. I'm gonna dip into the pan and then spray my brush. This I'm gonna start on the center of the lid and work it towards the inner corner. If I had gone in much deeper with the original dark red, Pompadour, I could definitely use this color to cut my crease, or to faux cut my crease. But because I didn't, it's just a light transition, it's not really dark, so I'm not really getting a clear cut crease line. It's interesting to me what a difference one color can make. The last look I did with this palette was very similar up to this point, although I did deepen out the outer corner further. But then I put on Pantheon. I put on that shade instead of this one, and the whole look was just transformed into something totally different. So it's always interesting to me to see the difference that just one shade can make. And that's kind of the fun of it, you know? Next, I am going to take my finger and dip into Louvre up here, the shimmery white. This is probably also going to be an inner corner highlight, but right now, I'm just putting it on my finger and I'm very lightly tapping only on the center of my eyelid. What it does is it adds a little bit of extra brightness to that part of your eye, which is the apex of the arch of your actual eyeball. So when you look around, the first thing to catch the light is the very center of your eye. So if you put something super sparkly there, it catches the light even better. Now I dipped in like one time, went around a little bit, and I'm sharing that between both eyes because I'm just adding a little bit of extra lightness there. Now I'm going to clean up any sparkles under my eyes and I will be back. Okay, I am trying to figure out what I did on my lower lash line. I had looked at the picture before I started this video because the picture's on my phone, and I'm pretty sure that what I did was I took Moulin Rouge and I ran that on my lower lash line, and then I put Sacré-Cœur in like the inner corner, and I did a highlight of Louvre. So that's my plan. I'm gonna take a flat angled brush and dip into Moulin Rouge, which is the red shimmer, and then I'm gonna spray it because it's a shimmer, and I want it to stay put. So I'm placing this starting at my outer corner and working my way in. This shade can take on the red if you put it in with the other reds. But if you put it with pinks and purples, it takes on more of a metallic dark pink. So I'm gonna bring that about 2/3 of the way in, starting from the outer corner, meet it up with the shades back here, Now I'm taking a small pencil brush. I'm dipping into Sacré-Cœur here. This lovely purple color. It really is lovely. And I'm going to place that on my inner corner of the lower lash line and drag it down to meet the red. I feel like this is slightly different from my original picture, and I'm not sure. I think in that picture the purple was more centered here and didn't draw down as far. But this is pretty, and maybe I'm just doing it better since I'm several months after that other one. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it like this. It's funny because I never thought that red and purple looked nice together, but one of my favorite YouTubers is Angelica Nyqvist, and she often pairs red and purple, and when she does it, it just looks good. And I don't know if it's a matter of undertones or the specific shades that she goes for. She definitely has an eye for pairing more unusual colors. So this, obviously this is a red shimmer and then this is a matte purple, but they're pretty together. I think red and purple might be close enough on the color wheel that they can work if you've got the right tones of them, and then they can look terrible together if you're too far apart, you know? Blue and green are very similar to, like, I've seen blue and green together where they just don't look nice, and then I've seen them together where, like, it's actually one of my favorite color combinations is pairing blue and green. So I don't know, maybe it's a matter of undertones or the actual shades that are chosen. I don't know. Back to that flat pencil brush, I am going to take Arc de Triomphe, which is the shimmer we used earlier. Shimmer and shimmer like to blend together. So I'm going to take this purple shimmer and place it right where the red shimmer and the purple meet, right here, just there, and help transition the red into the purple by blending the same formula together. It also brings a tiny bit of sparkle down to the lower lash line. Back to my little pencil brush, I'm going back into LiQWYD here. I'm going to use this as my inner corner highlight color, and I think I'll spray it. I almost always spray my shimmers. I'm just putting that right here. Sometimes I get a little carried away with inner corner highlight colors and I like blow them out on the whole inner corner. It's a bit much. I just get excited because they're pretty and they sparkle. And I like pretty sparkly things. Now with whatever is left on my brush, I'm dragging it very lightly under my eyebrow. And this is pretty much the finished look. I just need a waterline color. I so wish that I had like a lavender or true purple eyeliner. I don't. All of my eyeliners that are pink or pinky purple are definitely more pink leaning. I've got this one, which is like a bubblegum pink. I've got this one, which is a plummy pink. And then I have this one, which is kind of like a light toned berry, but it's basically the same color as my natural waterline. So it makes almost no impact. Because I don't remember what I did in my original picture, and truth be told, I may not have done anything, or I may not have put enough that it actually showed up in the picture. Again, I did that several months ago, so I hope that I'm better now and that my looks are more long lasting. I'm gonna take the bubblegum pink to keep this on the light side and run that on my waterline. Okay, the only thing left to do is some black eyeliner and mascara, so I'm gonna go off camera and do that, and then I'll be back. All right, here is the finished look. I did add some black eyeliner. I put a little bit of a wing, just a little baby wing, nothing crazy, and some mascara, and I'm wearing a ColourPop lip oil, and that is everything. I don't have false lashes or anything like that. I'm hoping that this look is pretty much the same look as the one that I'd posted on Instagram a while ago, so that my Instagram follower can get a decent representation of what I did before, and hopefully they will give me grace if I made any errors. But this was a lot of fun using Passion in Paris. This is a really great palette. You know, this comes pretty highly recommended from a lot of people. It's got great pigmentation, great colors, great depth, great range, variety. You've got shimmers, you've got mattes. It's just a really solid palette. And so I hope that you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it for you, and until we see each other again, have an awesome day. Bye! Done. Good job. You finished that whole book. Nice work. Are you laughing at me? I know you're not laughing at me. You would not laugh at me, would you? What a thing to do. Why would you laugh at me?
I have my reasons.
Is it because I'm a huge dork?
Yes.
Oh dear.